Good morning. This is Mark Harrison with Sewer Line Check Professionals. I am here at 260 El Camino Drive in Beverly Hills, and I am in the process of performing a video examination of the main sewer line here on the property. Now, the main sewer line is the portion of the waste drainage piping that is exterior to the structure. It lies underground and connects the building drain line system to the public sewer. The building drain line system then is the portion or portions of the waste drainage piping that is underneath or interior to the structure. Our examination today is not focusing on the building drain line system, so if further evaluation is desired regarding the building drain line system, a licensed plumbing contractor should be contacted, or a specialty building drain line video examination can be set up through our office. So I accessed the system today through a 4-inch cleanout I found over here on the basically it's on the left side of the structure, just at the back, just down beside our rear patio, near our main water supply and electrical meters. This got us into the system, and we managed to punch the camera through a lot of root intrusions to get to this point where we're looking down into our public sewer here, under the alley at the back of the property. We pushed about 75 feet and through quite a few bends and turns. Now the system's definitely in need of a cleaning, and you'll see what we're talking about as we pull back here and see how our visibility is limited. It's very difficult to see a lot of stuff, so we're going to definitely be recommending a good thorough cleaning and at least one repair at this point, which is going to also allow us an additional clean out access in the backyard. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the camera back off the public sewer now, up into the vitrified clay portion of the system, and this is going to come back up under the alley, up to the property just to the left of the garage, basically right about the rear gate that's going into the alley where our line runs and exits the property. Give this water a second to drain out so we can see better. Now, these vitrified clay piping materials, they're very common, especially in the underneath the public works ends of the streets or the alleys. This type of piping does have a long service life expectancy. This is a kiln-fired clay, so it's a natural material that you don't expect to deteriorate underground, but it is more brittle in nature and does have a higher potential for damage during seismic activity or earthquakes. What we're seeing here is a good example of common root intrusions at a joint or a connection of the pipe sections. This type of root intrusion at these joint areas in a clay pipe is common, and normally we are suggesting that they can be maintained with regular sewer line cleanings. It's when they're left unmaintained for extended periods that they can create blockages in a system and potentially damage the pipe if left unmaintained for even longer. So it's important that we have suitable access to be able to maintain and clean these root intrusions on an annual basis typically. And the clean out access provided works for our inspection, but there's just too many turns. There's criteria for main sewer line cleanouts. One is at the upper end of the system as it exits the structure, and then after every 135 degrees of turn. Now this cleanout was extended in kind of a non-standard fashion, in a way that kind of brings it up and over from where it actually exits the structure because of the patio. Now that's not an uncommon practice, but it just adds turns to the system. Alright, so here we're looking at an area where it looks like the top of the pipe had been broken out. Commonly what we would see in this situation is they would put a metal wrapping, if you will, around the pipe, and it's more of a temporary type of a fix. Now, a little difficult to see. That metal does rust and deteriorate, and it almost looks like dirt. So I'm not seeing soil falling into the pipe, so I'm fairly safe in assuming that's what that is. This is not a standard repair. It wasn't a common practice, but it's not a approved type of repair anymore, so I think the better thing to do would be to replace a portion of this clay system. And so we pull back here, you're going to see more root intrusion. Seeing some pretty good sized cracks here along the bottom of the pipe and all around the circumference there. That looks like a crack, not a joint, that those roots are coming through. So that weakened area definitely is being stressed. Now we're getting into the worst of the root intrusion now. And you see here how the roots just kind of fall in around the camera. We have quite a difficult time getting the camera through here. See how it catches debris and just causes slow drainage and eventually a full blockage. Normally what I'd be recommending in this case is that the line be thoroughly cleaned and then a follow-up examination be performed. But with some of the stress and the damage I've seen already in that area, I think I may just go ahead and recommend a partial replacement of this clay pipe under the alley. Get a better look at this on the way out, and then I'll make my final decision once I've seen it all. So this is obviously excessive root intrusion and hasn't been maintained very well. Alright, so now we're pulling back into the older cast iron piping and making a turn now to run back up under the yard around that rear alley gate. It doesn't look like it's original to the property. Here we're coming back again through some more roots, which in a cast iron pipe is a breach of the pipe itself. It's considered to compromise the integrity, so it's something that does dictate repair. Now I'm going to mark this area out with an orange marker flag. It's just there in the kind of near the walkway just inside that rear gate. I'm going to recommend that a second clean-out access be installed here for future maintenance of the system. It looks like we've got a section here that's pretty deteriorated, more so than the rest of it. Cast iron pipes typically are expected to last sometimes 60 to 70 years. The later pipes were of less quality and they lasted less time. So really, without knowing the actual age, all we can do is kind of guess based on the deterioration. See the bottom of the pipe starting to have a groove worn in it, and that's basically the bottom of the pipe is rotting out. Normally this would be a round shape, but it's round with that little valley or canyon there in the bottom. So this cast iron pipe, as evidenced also by the root intrusion that we saw, the rest of the system essentially is going to just a lot of corrosion and deterioration of the pipe. So this is a situation where we're going to be recommending closer monitoring cast iron. I think what I'm going to do is push back out to that area where I saw that sheet metal wrapping. Go ahead and track and locate it, find out how deep it is, make my decision on whether we're going to recommend repairs now or if we're going to recommend cleaning and follow-up and then monitor. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and conclude the video portion of the examination for today. Please do refer to my written report for the final findings and recommendations. This is Mark Harrison with Sewer Line Check Professionals. Thank you very much and have a pleasant day.